Nearly 30 years ago, Diane Fischer was a customer service manager at Fire King International, managing 14 people and traveling regularly to trade shows throughout the United States. Following up after those shows was always a challenge, but then one day, inspiration struck, and it wasn't long before she was making the transition from being the employee of a well-respected company to having one of her own.
When we would return from the trade shows at Fire King, we would try to do all of the mailings ourselves in-house, and then we tried to find a company that would do what we do today, and a lot of the companies kept saying the mailings that we had at Fire King were too small. So I started off thinking I would just start out of my home with a $500 investment and then a table and a telephone, and stay at home, do smaller mailings while my daughter started kindergarten. And then before 6 months was up, we had a company ask us to stuff 300,000 envelopes, and so the company began from there.
In comparison to today, the beginnings of her company, L&D Mailmasters, were humble. But it wasn't long before Diane's energy, initiative, and creative thinking took the operation from its kitchen table origins to an entirely new level.
I literally called up my competitors and said, all the small jobs you don't want, I'll take those. But what a lot of the competitors didn't recognize and realize that everybody who did small mailings were testing mailings, and they would do larger mailings from that test. So a lot of our customers just grew very large, and that was our growth for the company.
And grow it did. L&D Mailmasters may have started out small, but it now operates out of a 180,000 square foot facility that pretty much handles all of the marketing needs of its customers.
We do a total marketing package for our customers now, everything from graphic design to print to mail, promotional products, inventory, barcoding. It's all under one roof.
It's an incredible success story, but only a very special kind of business person could have made it happen. One who understands that even the best business ideas can never succeed unless they have a solid and sensible financial foundation.
I think the success of our company is for me to keep us financially stable enough and nimble enough to move when we need to. Some of our competitors are locked themselves into so much debt that they can't move into a new technology if they need to. Merging the print and the mail world together, we're a digital printer. So being able not to have all of the hard iron of a commercial printer has enabled us to continue to grow and move forward.
She's very focused, but she's very creative too. She always sees options. She's always looking for what's another way to do this better or more efficiently, or to get the word out to more people. I don't think her mind ever stops.
She's just an entrepreneur at heart, and just knows how to build a business.
Diane Fischer surely knows how to build a business, but no business can remain viable in the long term without keeping up with the times. Things have changed greatly since 1987, but Diane has always managed to stay ahead of the curve.
It's just totally different, and if you're not willing to learn and keep up with technology, you lose. And whoever has the most technology and is willing to learn the most wins in our world.
For many people, the kind of success Diane has achieved with L&D Mailmasters would be reward enough. But for her, giving back to her community through service on boards, donations, and in-kind services provides an equal amount of satisfaction. And whether it's Junior Achievement, Hospice, Noah's Ark, or any of the many other organizations she's involved with, her efforts and generosity have left a legacy she can be proud of.
Diane is one who does not like accolades. She's not one who does things to get recognition. In fact, she prefers not to. Most of the work she does is very much behind the scenes, and that's just indicative of her personality. She's not doing it to be recognized in the community. She's doing it because it's the right thing to do. She is probably one of the hardest working women I've ever known, and someone who really does impact our community.
Her approach to leadership really comes from the heart, and she's just very genuine in her generosity and very quiet about it. She's always doing something for the community, but you would never know it. She probably gives more in terms of time and treasure than most people I know.
Growing from a $500 investment in 1987 to a $30 million company today, L&D Mailmasters is one of this area's most impressive success stories. And the reason for that success can be summed up simply by the philosophy that's guided Diane Fischer through it all.
Every day is a learning experience, and I want to keep learning till I die.